Hi everybody, welcome to Tarot Tuesday Live. My name is Jen and I'm the owner of Circle of Besties Metaphysical Shop. We meet every Tuesday and we do online readings. So if you want to join us in the chat, put your question and your astrology sign there for me. That would be great. And I'll do readings and pull cards in order as the order they're received. Circle of Besties Metaphysical Shop. Okay. We meet every Tuesday and we do online readings. So if you want to join us in the chat. Forgive me, my phone is on the delay with the rest of YouTube. So I just confirmed that it was actually working. So we're good to go. I'm just going to pull a card or two while we're waiting for people to join. Here we have the Four of Swords. So the history behind the Four of Swords. First, the suit is, the Sword of Suits is intellect, epiphanies, ideas, thoughts, communications, swift action, quick energy. In this case, so every suit, you have a story that lands between a 1 and a 10. And then you have royals, which give you another story within that suit. And then in addition to the four suits, there are the major arcana. So as things come out, I'll explain them. But in this instance, the Four of Swords tells the story of a warrior who went off to battle, and he comes back, and it's a time of rest. It's a time of regrouping. It's a time of returning to his faith, of being grateful and thankful that he made it through. So it shows him laying on top of a coffin that he could very well have come home in. But overall, whenever you see this card, so this art and this deck of card was put together in 1908, I believe is the year. So it's a bit antiquated as far as the art and like what it might mean today. So swords for me also mean technology, internet, fast moving communications. It could be email, it could be text messages. When you have a Four of Swords, it is a signal to take a rest, take a break, go inward, find your faith, really examine your motivations for things. Amazing H, welcome to the chat. Hi. I don't know that I've seen you here before. Welcome. So what we do is we pull tarot cards. And if you have a question and you want me to pull a card for you, I'll just need your astrology sign, your sun sign. If you don't know your top three, your sun sign would be great. Or just tell me, your birthday. You don't have to give me the year, and I can tell you what your sun sign is. And then we'll pull a card for you, depending on your question. So, United States of America, hi. Welcome. I'm a big fan, especially in the Northeast region. So, so this could also mean just wait a minute. It could be as simple as that. So I was just getting warmed up while I was waiting for people to join. Normally what I'll do first is pull an oracle card. I have 2 oracle decks here, and these are just higher messages, kind of like bigger umbrella statements. They don't get into nitty-gritty like the tarot does. A sun sign, and so if you have an astrology sign here, so depending on the month and day of your birth, we have different astrology signs. So I personally, my birthday is 11/11 or November 11th, so I'm a Scorpio, things like that. So if you put your month and date of birth in the chat, I can tell you what your sun sign is or your astrology sign is. And then it just helps me craft a message when I pull a card for you if you have a question. Welcome, Good Time. Welcome, Maud. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, I am shuffling off camera. I'm sure you can hear it though, it's pretty noisy. And I have this, I'm using this, it's the Spirit Animal Oracle. So I had a bit of an experience. I was traveling probably 2 weeks ago around 10 o'clock at night, and 30 seconds sooner I would have been hit by a gigantic buck, like a big male deer. It was as big as a moose. I came upon what was an accident, literally like 30 seconds behind this accident. A big, huge SUV was pulling around, and the entire front driver's side panel of the car was busted in and just shattered, and all the parts were all over the road. And then I look on the middle 2 lines of the road, and I see this huge, beautiful buck. Sort of like, imagine this, but bigger. I don't even know how to explain it. Sitting in the middle of the road like a sphinx with his hoofs in front of him and his eyes closed. I don't think females get that big, but I could be wrong. I don't know a lot about deer, but it has stuck with me ever since. So now I'm pulling out the animal spirit cards because I want to see so basically what I'll do is I'll just, I try to find us themes. So as we go throughout different, general readings for different people on the chat, then we have something we can reference back to. So an overall theme for this hour of free readings. United States of America. Okay, you're a Cancer. Your birthday is July 4th, 1776. That's pretty good. Oh, karma, instant karma 510. I'm so rattled. So anyway, in my mind, I helped it cross over because I knew it was going to die like almost imminently after I passed by it. Very lucky to have not been hit by it myself. And then also I had to call 911 because there was traffic piling up on both sides of the road. And then, so they had a police officer go out, and I'm sure, the game warden go out and figure out what to do with the deer. But the body nor the stuff from the crash was on the road the next day. Just a little bit of hair from the deer, which is, it made me sad. But anyway, so in my mind, I crossed it over, so it was no longer in pain. And I actually felt like pressure and I would say pain, from my head all the way down to my right shoulder. And then as in my mind, I was helping cross it over. I know this is a bit woo for those who don't join us every week. But as I crossed it over, I let it know that it led a valiant life and that, it was dying with honor. And then it felt like water, like the pain or the pressure that I felt like ran downward like water out of my body. And then I came home, I was so rattled. I told my family, and my soon-to-be 12-year-old son, he's like, well, we've got to give him a name. So I just seen The Lion King. So you can join in, but we all have a spirit guide, a spirit buck named Mufasa. So let me tell you, ever since that happened to me, and this has been weeks now, I see so many references to deer, big, huge bucks. And then take a look at, so I found this, so take a look at that's my screensaver. You see the big buck? Yeah. I found that this came across my feed on social media, and I'm like, okay, I'm saving that. I'm going to put it right on my phone. So I feel a little safer in the world, thinking I've got a huge, majestic, moose-sized buck as my spirit guide. I just told him to stick with me until he figured out what came next. And I felt that it felt true, so I'll go with it. You got to give me a little bit of woo magic to lean on during a stressful time. uh, so Instant Karma 510, feel free to call on Mufasa if you need a little strength and guidance, protection. It's cool. Wait till you see. Oh, I just got chills, so he must still be around me. But call on him, and then you'll start to see like images. It could just be the algorithm for our social media and our phones and the internet, but I choose magic. Okay, so the vulture spirit's number 63. 63 could be 9 or 63. I try to add up those numbers. Nothing is wasted. So what seems hideous has its own beauty, and the recycling and repurposing the vulture does is as important as any other activity in nature that supports a cycle of life. So the vulture spirit's message is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial. And you are reminded, let me turn the page here. Sorry, I'm still using the book because any suffering you're reminded that any suffering you have experienced has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experience are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. What is decaying is only changing form and will fertilize seeds you wish to plant. So this is well, I'm a Scorpio, so there are constant references to transformation as a Scorpio in the tarot and oracle cards. And I don't know about you, but I consistently see vultures, hawks, owls, now humongous moose-sized deer. So, I'm digging this oracle deck. So I'm going to leave this out for us. I'm going to put it over to the side that you can't see it on camera because my range is too small. But we'll come back to that throughout the different readings. If anybody has a question, put it in the chat, and I promise I'll get to you. If not, I'll just pull general readings, and then I'll just pull cards for a general message, and we can all take from it and discuss on the chat if you feel like it's for you. No pressure here. On YouTube, I think I did it correctly. I was doing in-person readings at a local crystal shop last Friday, and they had this. It's not a spirit board. It's like I guess it's like a game, but it's like a manifesting flip game. So you use a die, and each flip section has a coordinating die, like one of dice. And it was pretty neat. So I put that video I believe I put it in the reels. If you want to check that out, it's pretty cool. And then if anybody is in the New England area, particularly near Stafford Springs, Connecticut, I'll be doing in-person readings. Watch and wait. So I got a seahorse spirit. Watch and wait. 53. 5, 3, 8. 53. Okay. Nothing is wasted. Watch and wait. So for me, the two of these. So if you're in a situation where you're waiting on, maybe even like if we were to say, we can give it a message for if it's love, all the experiences that you've learned throughout any relationship, are valuable. You can feel like it's as traumatic as a death and nothing will come from it, but really the lessons learned and, your soul growth is what hasn't been wasted. And then the seahorse spirit, watch and wait. What I give it, this looks like an eyeball to me, like the back of an eyeball. So watch and wait, but it's seahorse spirits, so ocean, motion. So for me, the message is probably saying things. If you're patient and you see the lesson in things that happen, it's almost like when you're on the other side of a bigger, problem, no matter for what reason. you'll see that it was all meant to be, or there was a huge lesson to be learned, or you turned a corner in some way emotionally, or like you matured, you now have a skill that you can take and carry with you for the rest of your life because of it. But in the moment, it just felt like trauma and pressure and sadness or whatever it was. Okay, let's move forward with some readings. I do have one more oracle card. I'm kind of curious to see what I get out of those. I'm just going to do one. So this is the wisdom of the oracle. Same creator, Colette Baron-Reid. She is so awesome at oracle decks. She even has a tarot card deck called the Good Tarot, which just everything is read in the upright in tarot, and you'll see, like, if I get something in the reverse, it changes the meaning a little bit, which it's not negative, but it sometimes zaps the positive from the meaning. So it's more of like a protection warning, that sort of thing. Remember, we all have free will, and these cards aren't, they're just telling us, what to keep in mind. It doesn't necessarily say that they're going to, they're not telling the future. We all have free will. So if a protection message comes up for one of us, know that we have free will to listen or not listen. Okay, so, oops, of course I dropped the box. Oh, I'm not getting it now. Anyway, so yeah, and then, and I'll show you again. So Colette Baron-Reid, and this is the animal oracle, the spirit animal oracle. So now I'm going to do the wisdom of this is probably the most popular oracle deck I think I've seen on the market. And this, in Colette Baron-Reid, she does a lot of events and activities, especially during COVID. She really, I think, was like leading the market as far as doing like spiritual events online. And she still does them today. Now I think she's doing something in Spain where you can go with her to Spain for a week and do all kinds of spiritual things and hear her speak, and not for you, but in the protection in reverse. So here, if I had to put this upright, number 6. Well, let's see. So I see a fortune cookie, I see hand on the bottom, and a chessboard, and I think that's like a window, but we're going to look at it in the protection. So when we look at it this way, you see the hand at the top and then everything below. So let's see what the book tells us, just to be clear on how to interpret it. And then if anybody has any ideas on what it means to them, just looking at the art, a lot of this intuitive reading is about interpreting art. Okay, so not for you, a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's, protection is the upright meaning. So when we go to the protection message, it says, don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Okay, so remember we were kind of talking about the vulture spirit and then the seahorse spirit? And that, if you've been through a bad relationship, like I said, it might feel like all trauma. It might feel like doesn't make sense to you. But if you watch and wait, you'll see the lesson. And that nothing, like no experience, no time was wasted. I think this goes with it. So don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There's nothing romantic about what is unavailable. No prize given. No prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you have began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust, watch and wait, like the seahorse says, right? Pretty interesting. Okay. So, let's get some tarot cards down. The fortune cookie and chessboard, I know. You gotta love it. I wonder, this was before, they put these together before AI was really a thing. So could you imagine the creative mind that had to come up with some of these silly, these silly images? So right now you just type something into AI and it just creates this, this ethereal, strange image with all these different types of, artifacts in them. But anyway, okay. So I'm going to just start pulling cards as a general message. So the Chariot, number 7. This is a major arcana. So remember we were talking about the different suits. Oh, I knew it was for you, but I didn't want to point you out. You'll have to give us if you feel comfortable, give us detail. But if not, I'll catch up with you on Instagram Messenger or something. Okay. Well, we've got your back. If you need anything, you let us know. Anyway, the Chariot is, overcoming. It's like a, success over, overcoming obstacles, choosing your own path, forging ahead by, determination and basically just sheer will. It also has something to do, like, for me, like, I read this as it might have something to do with like a medical, there might be, I don't know if the person that you're talking about or you, it could be like if there's medical issues, maybe like somebody's in medicine, maybe, I don't know. It's just a nod. Remember I was talking about Mufasa, my buck spirit guide, how he was sitting in the road exactly like this with his eyes closed though. It was so freaky. I mean, I didn't have the sense to take a photo, but it's like burned in my mind. But it was like that. That's how he's sitting in the middle of the road, calm as can be. Like you could see him breathing, barely, and then his eyes were closed. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that could have been me 30 seconds before, and I would have been, even worse of a mess had I been the one that not only messed up my car because I need it, but killed that poor animal. But let it serve as a warning. It's hunting season, and dark roads with no street lamps, and in northeastern Connecticut are bound to have leaping deer. I think they even put up a sign. Now, there's like a sign now that says, like, that has an image of a leaping deer as a cautionary warning. Is that the same thing as a caution/warning? All right. So the Chariot. Okay. So in the United States of America, this card is it also designates a Cancer, which is what you would be, since your birthday is July 4th, 1776. So this could be America overcoming a huge challenge. Overcoming obstacles, moving forward, patriotism. It's going to be, maybe it's telling us there's going to be some medical revelations upcoming, and that we're going to get to that next place, but together. It could also designate this guy. The Sphinx. This, I don't know how to pluralize. I don't know how to make Sphinx plural. The Sphinx eye. Anyway, see how they aren't tethered to the Chariot, but then they're moving forward. So. Good card. Let's see what it means. So if this is our situation that we're talking about, it's moving forward after challenges, overcoming obstacles, moving forward, sheer will, determination, own accord, potentially some sort of medical thing here and there. I don't think it's about the person's health. I think it actually has to deal with like something in the person's orbit. All right, if that makes sense. All right, I'm shuffling. Let's get some more. So give me more details about the Chariot. Oh, my goodness, that flew over. I don't know if I got it on camera. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so for those who are job hunting, I know we always end up going back to, I always talk about job hunting and like looking for work, but I spent the summer laid off and taking contracts at like really interesting places. Interesting in quotes. So the Ace of Pentacles can be, it's an offer. It's a new beginning. Anytime you have an ace, it's a new beginning. So you'll see that there's lush greenery in the background. There's some desert in the back. So so this is an earth. Pentacles that's a suit of earth. So anything that's, that grounds your energy, that's material, that something that you value in life, it's your home, your family, it could be anything, it could be a job, it could be, anything earthly, if we think of it that way. So the energy that comes with the suit of Pentacles is very grounded, very serious, very dedicated to their work, like checks and balances, just very, very tethered to family life, home, sense of comfort, stability, security. And, funny enough, that's what I think of when I think a Cancer is a water sign. But when I think of a Cancer, which the Chariot is also, it refers to at the astrology sign Cancer, I think of, really being like a homebody, like everything that drives a Cancer, supposedly is, like the comfort of the home, of the family. So let's see where we're going with this. Like I said, if anybody wants to put a question in the chat, I'm paying attention, so let me know. And if there's music playing or if there's any weird audio going on, you have to let me know so I can fix it. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking. All right. So we had, okay. I don't know, instant karma. So we have Three of Swords and the King of Wands that came out together. So a King of Wands can represent a person, somebody that sort of goes through life with, very passionately, always looking for the next best thing, very excited and motivated and strategic and creative. But, as a leader, they're the big idea person, they're fair, they're seasoned, they're experienced as, in whatever they do. So, they're not young beginners as far as, emotionally and in maturity. They're in control. But, the wands, the suit of wands or fire is what defines their personality. So, when you meet somebody and you could say, oh, wow, they're a motivational speaker. They're filled with energy and vigor, really passionate, been through everything, been there, done that. And you can meet somebody who's had who's, maybe the same, they've had the same life experience, but just a different personality, very emotional, very, or very logical, very serious, or very grounded and talks as far as just everything so if you look at the different suits, especially the king of the suits, they embody that suit wholeheartedly. But it doesn't mean that they're frivolous or, like I said, inexperienced. They have the ultimate experience. They're very much in control of, what they're doing and how they do it. It's just, they know themselves inside and out. And then they can also appeal to, whoever is around them in their orbit, in their, if you're in a relationship with this person, be it through work or romantically or if they're a family member, the dynamic is very high energy. So say romantic is a lot of chemistry, a lot of eye contact, a lot of thinking you're the only one, and they might have that effect on everyone around them. But in the moment, if you're one-on-one, you feel like you're it. So that leads us to this card. Three of Swords is, disappointment, grief, heartbreak. Again, if we're going to choose a medical thing, dental work. A reader in Salem one year told me that's what her card for dental work was. So I don't know. I always think about it when I see the card. But again, remember the swords are, fast moving thoughts. Sort of like when you're really upset, how you don't have control of your racing thoughts. I wouldn't call it like an anxiety level racing thoughts. It's just, you'll see the rain clouds in the back. It's thoughts that are sort of doused by emotion and grief and disappointment. And it's because of, it's not something that's done alone. The 3 throughout the other suits, like anytime you have a card that's the number 3, it's about, it's about working with others. So in this case, the 3 of Swords has, a sad meaning. So for those of us who are overcoming a big obstacle and, moving on to a new sense of comfort and how they define, everything earthly. So if this is something where you're like, okay, I need a new definition of home. I need to figure out how to feel safe, how to move forward. If you're in a relationship and with somebody like the King of Wands and say it ends, or there's disappointment, or it's not going well, or there's heartbreak, or something happens to create that emotion. The Ace of Pentacles is a sure sign that things will improve, that something new will be on its way. Yeah. You just have to remember our oracle cards. Nothing is wasted. Watch and wait. Not for you. Protection message. So, interesting. All right. This reading's bumming me out. I'm starting on a new one. I hope, well, if anybody is relating to that, let me know in the chat and I can pull more cards. But I'm going to start. Okay, Spirit Squad, I want like a happy message for somebody who's listening in. Something that's undeniable that we'll all clap and cheer over. All right. I'm going to use the same deck, just a different, same tarot art and cards, but different deck. This is my like mini card deck. Same imagery though. I am shuffling. I don't know what time it is. Hang on. 7:44. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Oh. Okay, so we got the Ace of Cups. So this is a brand new feeling, a brand new love, a brand new relationship. A complete. So when you have a Tower and the Ace of Cups, the Tower, it looks a bit disturbing. Honestly, the artwork is pretty scary. But for me, I don't look at the Tower as something that is, it can be distressing if you're not ready emotionally for a moment like this. But I think of it as, okay, so a Tower moment can be you win the lottery. The moment before you realize you've won the lottery and the moment after you realize you've won the lottery. Two very different feelings, correct? Right? So if you realize that oh my gosh, I am a millionaire. I won the lottery. Whoa, and then all that emotion floods in, and then so it's excitement, it's fear, it's elation, it's like relief, it's all these things. So that's a Tower moment. So a Tower can mean a breakup, it can mean, a natural disaster. It has all different meanings depending on who's interpreting the art. A lot of people say this looks like 9/11. And that's hard not to unsee. I mean, it's hard to unsee. But paired with the Ace of Cups, this means that whatever has crumbled to the ground, whatever has completely changed transformed for you in your world, where 1 minute it's one way and then the moment after completely different. Know that, your cup will be overflowing at some point. This is the dove of peace. This is they have religious undertones, but truly it's like the hand of God comes out and hands you a cup of complete emotional security. So you're going to come from a place where everything had to be almost destroyed so you can rebuild and take out, like the vulture card that we talked about, take all the lessons that you've learned, understand that no lesson is unusable. It's something that will carry you forward, negative or positive. And that the watch and wait card with a seahorse, the Ace of Cups is like, watch and wait and understand that you'll be whole again. Emotionally, you'll be whole again. I said a happy reading, Spirit Squad. What's up with this? Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Reading the chat for those who are wondering what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's get some more cards. Okay, I have a vibe that I'm supposed to start over. New message. I think I want to pick another Wisdom of the Oracle card. I'm digging those. They give us a story. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Anybody job hunting? This means a job offer is coming. Or a message. It's a very intentional and slow-moving message. Again, we're talking about, pentacle energy, it's earth, grounded energy. See how this horse isn't moving, and the knight that's holding the pentacle is just sort of staring off into the distance, like thinking about its mission. So, just know that this pentacle took a lot of time and thought, and strategy was, it hovers around this pentacle. So when it's offered to you, it's very well intentioned. It just might feel like, you might be at the point where you're like, hurry up already. I've been waiting for that pentacle. And this knight's like, well, it feels more valuable, if I present it in the way that I do. So it's almost like just, honor the process and feel the emotion, not the emotion, but feel the quality. That's what anybody who's an earth sign, they're very into like high quality things, building an experience. So the knight is a messenger that's delivering an experience, a message. So let's see what comes next. I could use a message, especially one with some earth energy in it. Bring me the pentacles. Okay. So we have, all right, so 2 cards here. I'm trying to get it so they're easy to see. So the 6 of Cups. So this card is all about nostalgia. It's like, memories of the past, like fond memories of the past. It could be in relation to siblings or, childhood friends, childhood memories, shared memories. See this guy in the back here? There's like I have to bring it closer, I think. So there's like a warrior, like kind of coming back after everything was about the war at that point when these cards came out. But it's just like returning to your homeland, returning to your hometown, feeling that nostalgia, like, reminiscing, countryside, rural, it could be like something rural. I can't say that word. It's not like it's the nostalgia, so cups are emotion. So it's that feeling of coming home. I guess you could live in the city. It doesn't have to be countryside, like a countryside home, but that's how it's depicted here anyway. And then we have the 6 of Swords. So remember that these are swords or thoughts, communications, like I said, the more modern day, take on it could be the internet, email, text. You'll see that this is a ferryman bringing, an adult and a child across a body of water. So everything you look at is blue. So even the land is blue. So it's a very emotional time for the people being ferried. So they're you can see that they're sort of like, they have all their thoughts, like they're deep in thought as they pass from one shore to the other. And then you see how these are, rocky waters and then smooth waters on this side. So this card is saying that you will get from the shore with rocky water, rocky emotions or hard emotions or troubling emotions, and you'll be ferried to this other shore where you'll still be deeply emotional, but it will feel much smoother. You'll be in a better place. You're going from something that doesn't serve you to something that will. But you do it with help. These people aren't going to get to the smooth waters and this new shore without the ferryman. So this could mean like maybe returning home, leaning on your family, looking to past experiences, who is there for you in your worst times? Kind of like, I think I saw a meme today where it's like, when you get your big win, remember the people that stuck by you when you were deep within your worst loss. Does that make sense? I don't know I know there's a better way to say it, but it's like, like when you get to the shore and things are feeling good, and you're on top again after being very, very low, remember who was there for you when you were at your lowest. And then also this could tie into that emotion, the feeling of who your friends are and who you can count on and who truly loves you, good, for better or worse. I mean, you're not married to these people, but maybe you are. I don't know. And so we have a new offer, something to do with something material. So it can be a house, it could be a car, it could be a job, it could be money, it could be an inheritance, it could be so many things. But this is being presented to you. You're back on top. Don't forget where you came from, and don't forget who is there for you when you didn't have that pentacle. Maybe we are winning the lottery. That would be fantastic. Okay, I think my spirit squad's finally delivering on the good messages. I would love that. Oops, this flew out. Okay, this is another card of disappointment. So it's a reminder. All these cups, my word. So take a look at this. So we have a cloaked figure, head hanging down. We got a river in the background. We got 5 cups. 3 are spilled. It looks like there's wine in them, so it's extra sad. Oh, my wine. And then, it's just a lot of grief, disappointment, sadness, focusing on what's lost, lack. I wouldn't go as far as like full on victim mode, but that seems a little strong. But this is a reminder to remember the 2 cups that are standing. You still got wine behind you. And who knows, like there could be a table filled with wine over here. If the guy or the person in the cloak turns around, they won't be so sad about the 3 that spilled. So take from that message what you will. But I would say compiled with this is when you get to your calm shore, when you have your big win, when you're remembering where you came from and the people that came with you, don't get lost in, it's like, don't look back and get lost in what you don't have. You got to keep moving forward. Otherwise, what happens? The cycle repeats itself, right? So all of a sudden you're back on the shore with the rocky water. You're like, how'd I get here? Well, you didn't turn around. It just kept going in a circle. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my mind it does, so I'm going to leave it there. All right. All right, one more, and then I think we'll do the coin flip. I got my coin. It's a yes or no coin. So if you have a question you want to ask in your mind while I flip the coin, that'll be how we finish out today's live. But I'm going to do three more cards before we go, and an oracle card. All right, real quick. Oops, I have one that's upside down. I wonder which one it is. I always want to look instead of just fixing it because it might mean something to somebody. So maybe that's what we're doing instead of picking three more. What on earth? I definitely saw it. I promise. Am I losing it? Does anybody else see it? Oh, there it is. Queen of Swords. Okay. All right. Queen of Swords is high-level leader, sort of like a silent partner in the wings, but really heavily strategic, very logical, very fair, always, focuses on the truth of the matter, thoughtful, kind, in a way that's unexpected, I would say. And then, and really, here's the main thing. A Queen of Swords. This could be a person in your orbit, or it could be you. Don't take Queen as binary. So Queen is an energy. Think of everything as a vibration. And Queen of Swords is a level of like a level of frequency. So it's, they're royalty within the suit of swords. So it means they really got their act together. They've been through a lot of stuff. They've been able to test their problem-solving abilities in the way that they do it for their suit. They've been very successful. They've learned a lot of lessons. They've dropped their ego. They're at the top of their suit. Really experienced, and somebody that people go to if they need, I don't want to say tough love, but like somebody to rationally and objectively look at a problem and then give you rational and objective advice, but with love. If that makes sense. Like they really do care. It's just that here are the facts. I'm being rational about our environment. Here's what you need to move forward. Let's make a plan. Do you need visuals? Like, let's get a vision board. Let's make a timeline. Let's do affirmations. Like there's always like structure. A lot of structure with a Queen of Swords. So I would say that the advice after we've been talking about all these other things is to structure yourself. So you can remember that card with the rocky water on one side of the boat and the smooth on the other? I mean, you need to sort of project plan that, the rocky to the smooth. And that's just if you have a busy brain, because if you, grief and sadness and disappointment and hyper-focusing on what went wrong and all the things that the messages came, that told us today, all the cards said these things to us, right? Said the advice is to, be really mindful, like when these things are happening, and have a plan to get out of that mindset. Queen of Swords is your perfect girl. Well, your perfect non-binary vibration of energy. So, yeah. If anybody needs, I love to talk through we can talk through how to best do that. But honestly, like with AI, I'm so in love with AI. It's if you need a quick plan and you have to just focus in on your prompts, but you can say, give me advice on how to get over a breakup, like the Queen of Swords, like the Tarot's Queen of Swords. And I'm telling you, the coolest list will pop out of AI. Try something like funny and like share it with us on any comment and any video on my channel. I would love to read what you prompt and then what it says. Okay, let me do one oracle card. And then we'll do our coin toss, and then I'll see you next week. Oh, already came out. Yin and the protection. My word, are these upside down? Yeah, I'm starting over. protection, like if everything keeps coming in reverse, then I have to like, I can veto. All right, well, it'll probably come out again, upside down. I'm telling you, that's how it does work that way sometimes. Come on. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, serendipity. Yes, that's a good one. Let's check us out. Okay, lucky, lucky, lucky. We're winning the lottery, y'all. It's all set. So, four-leaf clover. Jumping for joy. Number 18, or the number 1, the number 8, number 9. I'm just gonna pull out the meaning quick. I mean the message, because I want the actual message. I can tell you what I think, and I'm pretty close, if not very close. Opportunity allied with readiness. Okay, we were just talking about that with the Queen of Swords. The awareness of synchronicity, good luck, and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols. I'll take it. A magical alignment of events. Okay, so you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Okay, get on AI, get a good prompt in there. We're going to have a plan to, we're going to step process out of our overdone brains. We're going to come back next week with some success stories, or put them in any of the comments on any of the videos, and I'll get them. And oh my gosh, Amelia, yes. I saw on TikTok people taking pictures of their palm and asking ChatGPT to read it. It was interesting. Ooh, I'm going to try doing that too. Yeah. So, you know that every time we use AI, the servers that generate the information for us somebody told me this, and I'm going to sound like an idiot repeating it. It uses a bottle of water to cool it down. So think of every time anybody hits enter, how much water we're using to cool down the servers. But by day, I work in an environmental justice program. So I'm like, oh no. And then by night, I'm telling everybody I know to get on AI and read their palm. Who cares about bottles of water? I know. I'll probably be who knows. I hope I don't witness any more, accidents with deer because of, my insensitivity to our water issue. Okay, I love the serendipity card. That is awesome. Okay, so hopefully you have your yes or no question ready. Oh, did I read it correctly, Amelia? Taking pictures of their palm and asking ChatGPT to read it. Oh yeah, I find that interesting too. Thank you for joining. Thanks for getting on chat. It's nice to see my friends here. And for those who are local, I will be at Let's Get Wired probably like 3 or 4 times by the end of the year. So I'll put everything on my Facebook page, as well as I'll probably get tagged by Let's Get Wired. So keep your eyes open and come visit me. If you're in the area, love to see you. Okay. All right. Got a big ol' yes. Hopefully look at these coins. Aren't they cool? Kind of spooky. Oh, I had it and then I moved. Yes. Anyway, hopefully that's a good yes for you. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week.